Hey everybody, welcome back to the Homestead. My name is Emily. This video is going to be another challenge video, the first of a series. So I've been doing the past couple of years the pantry challenge in January and February, put on by Three Rivers Homestead. And the same channel, she also puts on a challenge in August called the Every Bit Counts Challenge. And this is my first year participating in that. It is a challenge where every day in the month of August you try to preserve something. Now, I'm not going to promise that that's going to happen and every single day, but I'm going to try. So I'm doing this intro at the end of the first week is when I'm recording this section. But I just finished a huge canning project, 2 canning projects today. There's a lot of canning this week. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead in my video editing. I've gotten behind. I had my 3-year-old great niece here for 3 weeks in July and didn't really have time to edit any videos. So as this challenge progresses, I will put up these videos as soon as I can, and then either in between or afterwards I'll be putting up those other videos that I recorded in July. So let's get into what I preserved this first week of August. On day 1, I didn't get a video of it, but I did dehydrate some basil, and I can pop a picture up of that day's harvest. And then on the second day here, you can see that I am snapping green beans. These are the green beans that I harvested this day, but I'm just prepping them to preserve later. And these will get covered with water and put in the fridge until I am ready to process them. In actual preservation today, I am going to water glass some eggs. So here I am sorting out the ones that look nice and clean, surface-wise, no dirt or poop or other stuff stuck to the eggs. Just the ones that look as clean as possible, preferably perfectly clean, go into the basket that I'm going to then water glass, because that is one of the requirements. Eggs collected the same day and that look clean without being washed. I'm very picky about this because I want to be as safe as possible, and unfortunately this results in only having a few eggs here and there that I can actually save in this manner. But as you can see, I have a jar already started with my pickling lime and water mixture, and I just add the eggs in one at a time, kind of try to stir up that lime at the bottom a little bit so they'll get coated. I don't know if it's completely necessary or not, but I feel like it is, and that they'll stay preserved better if the lime gets mixed up a little bit. Day 3, I am ready to start preserving green beans. As you can see, I have some beans saved up over a few days in the fridge, equaling over 10 pounds. I am doing the hot pack method. I've tried cold packing before, and I felt like I just had to cook the beans for so long after I took them out of the jar, instead of just a few minutes to heat them up. And so I prefer the hot pack method, even though it does take longer. I can also get more beans into the jars this way, and I really pack them in there when I'm doing this. You reserve the liquid that you boil them in to fill up. And of course you add your salt. And I did forget to debubble on this first jar, but I remembered and pulled it back out and took the lid back off and debubbled it. So all good there. But I like to have hot jars waiting in my water bath canner, and then I move them to the towel I have on the counter, fill up my jar, put the lid on, and then put that in the pressure canner that's also waiting with warm water inside. And so everything is nice and hot and ready to go when I'm ready to fill the jars. I ended up with 23 pints this day, which was 2 loads in the pressure canner. Day 4, I am snapping more green beans. This is my life now. Every other day I'm harvesting and snapping green beans, and then on the other days I am canning them, apparently until the plants peter out. But that is okay. My goal was to get a year's worth of green beans, and I am definitely well on my way to achieving that. I did water glass a few eggs this evening as well, but didn't get a video of it. And that's kind of an almost everyday thing, unless the kids collect the eggs, because then sometimes they don't get them all, and so the day after that, I usually don't water glass the eggs. On this day, we just popped a movie on and watched it while I did the snapping. This is kind of a fun activity for me because it brings back childhood memories with my grandma, but I also get tired of it after doing this for many, many days. And so the kids have been recruited since this day. You see I have a little bit of a helper right here who doesn't stay very long, but that's okay. I got it done eventually, and it took me about 43 minutes to get all these beans done. Day 5 is, you guessed it, more canning green beans. I've got them in a pot. They're going to get boiling in there. I've got my jars warming up in here. And here we have the final product. These were canned in the pressure canner. I didn't show the pressure canner at any point in this video yet, but it was used, don't worry. And I ended up with 8 pints this day. On day 6, I went out into the garden and collected some calendula seeds. These are my pink surprise calendula. I haven't really been collecting the flowers, and I've just been letting them go to seed because I'm not really sure if the pink surprise calendula has the medicinal properties that regular calendula does. I should really look into that and figure it out. But I am going ahead and saving the seeds for next year. And I've just got this little jar, and I'm pinching the dried up flower heads off. That's where the seeds are located. And I'll get these in the house to make sure they're completely dry before storing them for next season. I also collected this huge bounty of green beans and cucumbers. I had to go back in the house twice for more baskets. And that is what you see here, the green beans anyway, that I am going to can now on day 7. I'm also going to make some pickles, so I needed some garlic for that. It's still sitting on my front porch, and so I grabbed some garlic heads to take it to the house to use in my pickles. I wanted to can both dill spears and dill chips, so I'm getting my brine here ready. And you can see my pressure canner finally in the back. It's already got the green beans going in there while I mix up my brine. Once I get this all mixed up and starting to heat on the stove, I go ahead and cut up all of my cucumbers, which I did off camera. I did the spears first, as many jars as I wanted, and all of the off-cut ends ended up getting sliced for the dill chips. Put all the seasonings in the bottom, then the pickles on top, and then pour the hot brine over the top of them before they go into the water bath canner. This was quite a big day of canning. I ended up doing 2 rounds in the pressure canner of the green beans, plus doing these pickles. I think this may end up being the largest green bean harvest I get all season. All of those green beans were harvested in the same day. And while it was an exhausting day getting all of this canning done, it was a great accomplishment and a great way to end the first week of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye!